Hey everybody, welcome to episode 4 of Behind the Curtains. I am your host, the Jedi Colorist. So, housekeeping, let's get this out of the way. As always, this is not an official City of Titans update. I'm a volunteer dev that is showing off some of the work that I'm doing behind the scenes. So, that said, what do I got for you today? Well, I thought today we'd do something that we haven't shown a lot of, and that's the UI design for the game. I want to stress very much before I show any of this. This is all very much prototype and concept. Any of this could change at any point. We could go right up to a final version and say we don't like it, it doesn't work, and change it. That's just the way this process works. So, let's see. What should I show first? How about... This would be the prototype mission interface, I guess you would call it. You got your missions that are active, and then you got your missions that you have completed. Again, prototype. This could change. I think with this interface or this UI for the game, they want to go for the initial interface. That's something I should talk about as well, or hit on as a point. As far as my information is, from what I've gathered, the UI for this game is going to be modular. So I will show you what I mean by that. Here's a prototype of the actual UI for the game. All these sections are modular. In other words, you can take them and pull them wherever you want, put them anywhere on the screen. This is, pretend this is the final version. This is not set in stone. As far as I know, the plan is to have it so that the UI can be customized. And what I mean by that is you be able to skin it just like you would your character. You'll be able to change colors, shapes, whether you want it to look like a Halo version like this or whether you want it to be solid. You can go back to the way City of Titans looked, or the way City of Heroes looked, with all that very high glass, very shiny, solid material. That's the plan. I don't know if that's what we're doing at launch, but I know that that's the plan going forward. To give you an idea, for instance, this is a fun bit. This is a prototype, very early prototype of the costume creator. I know it's awful. But you see these buttons. This is City of Titans or City of Heroes type buttons, right? So you could, in theory, with the interface that we're going to be putting together, you could change some of these to look very similar to this, right? But yeah, that's hilarious. The plan with the standard or launch version of the UI is to make it very open, so that no part of the screen is obscured at any point in time. There's a lot of information that we have to show going on, so that's a very, very challenging task, right? So here is another version of the center console here. Let me shrink this down a little bit so you can get a better view. The center console here. Here's another version of it. This is more refined than this one is. So most likely it's going to look more like this versus this. I think this is just a little too, in my opinion, it's a little too cluttered. There's too much information in one spot. I don't think you're going to be able to track it all with your eyes. So I think this is more what we're going to be leaning towards. But then again, I said this is all concepts. These are all prototypes. This is just all Photoshop stuff. Like I have sent a few of this stuff. Like I've made these into elements that the engine can use, and I've passed them on to the person that's building the UI, like coding it and putting it together. So I mean, I'm not saying it's permanent because like there's a million things that could change, but yeah, you can see like how these sliders here, or these progress bars, I guess you would call them, they're a little different than this, right? But the reason I'm showing these two is when it comes to the UI, being able to customize it later down the road, you could go with something like this, or you can go with something like this. You'll be able to change all the little aspects of the UI and make it look cool, right? And then here's the, this is your power tray up close. So yeah, and I'll show you, here's the UI up against what the game would look like. This is, again, a more refined version. I think as much as we liked these angles, they were going to be difficult to do inside the engine. So I think we went more with a flat squared like this, because this was going to be difficult to do at launch. I think what we're going to do is we're going to work towards something like this, as far as I know, but for now we're going with a more simpler UI because we're trying to get this game to a point where we can get it out there so people can start playing it, and then all these really little tweaks and stuff that can be done later. But I'd be curious to see what you guys think. Like, which one of these UIs do you like better? Do you like this squared off one, or do you like this better? Did I close that one? No. Do you like this center console better? We'll call this center console 2, and we'll call this center console 1. Which one do you guys like better? Or not that one, this one. Like, which one do you guys like better? Do you like center console 1 or center console 2? And you can see by this this one here that this is a mock-up with the new center console in there. So you can see that it's not taking up a lot of real estate. It's still looking good, right? You can still see through it for the most part. But yeah. Anyway. So I got some other stuff I want to show off. I'm also responsible for making the symbol language for the game. Anything that's a symbol, any of the powers, anything that uses a symbol, I have to create a symbol for it, or a language for it. And the power sets are the big one. It's the one that we have to make a symbol for everything. So I've just been going nuts. Again, these are only concept, guys. I'm not saying that any of this stuff is ever going to make it into the game, but this is just me brainstorming, okay? So here we go. This is for reduced movement. So any kind of power that would reduce your movement. This might be it. Melee damage. Here's another group for melee damage right here. For holds. Here's some generic damage symbols that I've been working on. Ranged attacks. Different concepts and shapes I'm coming up with. Deflect. Different ways of iconizing. I can't even say that word. Symbolizing reflective. And confusion. Different ways of showing somebody being confused. And then this one here, flight. I think this is one that we were actually going to go with, because it's reminiscent of City of Heroes, but it's a little bit different take on it. And this button, this icon, which is the next thing I wanted to show you guys, which is a group of icons that I'm working on. These are all different types of icons that I've been working on. Again, all concepts. But this version right here, I think is the version we're kind of leaning towards because it's clean, it's easy to read, and when you put an icon on it or a symbol on it, you can read the icon really well. Now, for the coloring, I don't know what's going on with the coloring. I just did all kinds of different colors to sort of see what worked and what didn't. But yeah, you can see that this is very readable versus this stuff. Like, it's nice and it looks good, but when you get this, like, you open this and you shrink this down, which I can't shrink it any more than that, but you shrink this down and it becomes almost unreadable, right? And you got to remember, you're getting down to, on a regular size screen, I mean, that it's going to be like half that size, maybe even a quarter that size once you get it into the UI, right? So it's got to be readable. So yeah, those are the icons. And then this last one, you guys have probably seen this. This is on my YouTube channel. This is from just a mock logon screen that I made, and I even animated it. There's a video right on my YouTube channel if you want to go check it out. I just unlocked it so that you guys can see it. It's really cool. It's got sound effects and everything. But this is, again, a prototype of what our logon interface could look like. I like it. It's cool. And this is the whole Halo, open type image we're going for. But yeah, I think that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Lots of stuff to look at. I can't believe I've done a month of these. I don't know where the month's gone, to be honest. I've got lots of other stuff planned. I've got stuff I'm working on right now that I'm hoping that I can show very soon. Again, either on my in my art thread on cityoftitans.com or on my comments section. Please let me know some stuff you'd like to see. The other idea I'm playing around with, and that's the other announcement. I should make that announcement right here as well because I made it on my other videos. I have really crappy internet. It took me the other night to upload a 28-minute video of Fallout to my channel. I started at 1:30 in the morning, and I woke up at 8 o'clock the next morning, and it still had 2 hours left in the upload. So it took an extraordinary 10 and a half hours to upload a 28-minute video. That's just not... I can't do that. That's just way too slow. So I went out the next day and I signed up for fiber internet because I just recently put fiber lines in my neighborhood. So I'm getting a ridiculously fast fiber connection coming in. They just did the site server on Friday. They're going to be coming in to mark where all our power and all that stuff is. And then I should have a fiber line live by the 15th of June, I hope. I don't like giving dates, but we'll see. When that happens, when I have the good internet, I want to start streaming these episodes, which means they can be longer. I can show more. They'll be interactive, so you guys can interact with me and ask me questions. It's going to be amazing. It's going to take the show to a whole new level, and I think that's a positive thing. All right? So, yeah. As always, thank you so much for the support, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I have a lot of fun making these. So please, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and please share this with everybody you can. Post it wherever you can. I don't care where you post it, as long as people see it. So as always, may the hue be with you. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. Bye for now.